Hey, it's all right. Yeah, getting it cleaned out.
Looks nice.
Yeah, just gonna get it all cleaned out. How you doing?
Huh?
So how are you this morning?
All right. Anyway, I'm in this house, so I just.
Oh, you?
I
Yeah.
live next door. So
All right, man.
I just checking you out. I heard you guys over here, so.
Looks like a good house.
Yeah, it's pretty nice inside, man. It's really nice. Few issues, but
You gonna rent it out?
now my wife wants to move in here.
What?
So I have to.
You're gonna live in separate houses?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She wants to move.
Okay.
She wants a bigger house. This one definitely bigger.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's you know.
Say again?
That's a big.
Yeah, it is. Something else. Was there anything in here you wanted?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know what was in there. I never been in there.
Yeah. It's like a wood shop.
Yeah. I know they had a lot of. I know it was. They came. I don't know. It was a week or so ago. They emptied a lot of stuff out.
Okay.
So I don't know. I assume that was all the good stuff, and they left all the junk.
Yeah, probably.
Stuff. I gotta let you work.
All right. those cans over there, there's more room over. So I said downstairs about 3 with it. But yeah, it's already at like 3/4 and 50 and stuff. Another one wood and there. Well, I think my usual charge is a little more, it's like construction material and bulk. So yeah, not just trying to make sure. So yeah, so like a 3/4 load is something like about 3 or something really heavy. You load up, you're going to record and full load. I did, I don't know how to
You got a lot of stuff left, or?
Yeah, it's about half of it's down by now.
Okay, you got about how long you think before?
Maybe another 40 minutes at the most. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some water, and then
Okay.
I'll just hang out and just, you know. So, just let me know.
Okay.
If I'm not here, just call me.
I'll call you.
But I'll be around. I'm not gonna be far.
All right. You're welcome.
You can back a trailer. I know a lot of people who can't do that.
Oh, well, that's a lot of experience. 16 years truck driver over the road, so I got sick of it, man. I can't.
You like this better?
Way better. I'm home every day. I make a lot more money.
Really?
I'm my own boss. Do what I want to do.
And you just, where do you just take it to the dump?
Yeah, to landfill.
And you just.
Yeah, it's got a dump on it.
That's the way to go, man.
Yeah, I wired up a wireless remote on it so I can dump it from the cab. After I open the doors, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, that's great, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, if you mind me, like, what do you make a year? If you mind me asking.
So.
Over 100?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you met your own boss, right? And you just work when you want.
Well, I mean, I work every day because there's a lot of demand. So.
Yeah.
I'm always out here and trying to build it, and so. It's interesting. I never had a business before, so I got one now, and
Well, you had 4.9 stars.
4.9.
Yep.
How did you get that?
I don't know.
Should have been 5.
That was when I saw it. You had the highest you were the highest one when I went on Google.
Ah, interesting. I got to see that. I've never had anybody say anything. No, yeah, 5.
Oh.
Unless my computer's lying to me.
All right. Well, whatever. You had the highest one, so I went with you first.
Yeah, I really focus on customer satisfaction.
No, dude.
Above
like
all
I
things.
said, hey man, and I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You know, like I said, I mean, I get it, man. You gotta make money. I'm not gonna shortchange you. This isn't. My buddy was just like, whatever. I told him it's the max, probably 480. He's like, fine.
Yeah.
Get it done. So I was like, okay. So you know, I appreciate you. Be willing to. You know, I'm happy it wasn't the 880.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep that?
No.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
There's a hole.
Oh, the hole in it.
In the back.
In the.
All you gotta do is solder that copper, and it'll work.
Oh yeah.
Just letting you know.
I'll just take it to the scrapyard.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
If you want to use it, it's been in there for a long time.
No, I got enough air conditioners. It was going to the scrapyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. So, like I said, I pulled those kegs out, right? And I don't know if you remember, there used to be a Class 6 outside the post over here on Yudkin, where that 7-Eleven is.
No. Well,
So years ago,
okay.
before they put the interchange in, right?
Okay.
And this house used to be a party house. Like that pool.
Yeah.
11:30, clothing optional. After midnight, there was no clothes in that pool, and it was a good time.
Oh yeah.
A lot of chicks were here, and I had kegs from 2013 with the receipt, and they took it back. I was really surprised.
Oh man, like aluminum kegs, right?
Yeah. $50 a pop.
Yeah.
200 bucks. They gave me on a gift card. I'm like, yeah, I'd go buy some booze.
Where do you get kegs at?
You can get them anywhere. You can get them. I get them. You can get them at the Class 6, but I mean, you can get them at like. You have to order them through the beer section.
Oh, okay.
You can order them.
Now, I mean, I am ex-military, but it was only North Carolina Army National Guard way back in the 90s. What is a Class 6? What's that?
That's the where you get all your booze and like Like
an ABC kind of store?
Yep, mhm.
Okay.
Class 6 is like all your supplies that like booze and like
liquor,
soda, all that, So, but I won't keep you, man. I know you want to probably get done and get out of here, so I'll let you finish.
My only time day of the line right now is 11:30, so I can make that landfill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I'll let you get going. You got an hour, so I'll go get my water and shit. And I'll see you back in a little bit.
Okay. Hey kids, for all y'all who never seen anybody drink from a water hose, this is what we used to do. Right here. Oh man. Before you ever drink from the water hose, make sure you let it run for a minute or two. Get whatever little bugs and debris are up in that hose out. Check out this pool. Just gonna take a little break real quick. Oh my goodness. Looks like some chlorine would clean this up real quick. It's pretty nice. Oh man, this deck has seen better days. I wouldn't stand on that. That's a pretty nice pool. Oh man. Get one more swig from this and we're gonna get back to work. And if you never heard the word swig, that's what we used to, I don't know, that's what we used to call drinking or something, I don't know. Lots of little terms back in the day. Anybody hanging in here this long, I appreciate you. Some say my videos are boring, that's fine. I try to make them exciting when I first started, but I don't know. Maybe I should make it exciting again. Oh boy. And if you're outside in the heat, stay hydrated. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock. I don't think I'm going to make it. May have to go dump and, well, you know what? I'll just dump it on Monday. Where's my gloves? Usually I would take this metal to the scrapyard, but really on a time crunch today. So trying to separate this stuff is really putting me back. And it's just not worth missing the dump. It's not worth it to get like $40 or whatever I would get for this metal. And I'd end up missing a whole nother load because my trailer is full until Monday. If somebody calls later today or Sunday, I wouldn't be able to service them. So that's the reason why I'm not really trying to keep too much of this metal, or separate it, I should say. Now big pieces like that air conditioner and that fan up there, I will keep those for my own personal use. As my client mentioned earlier, that air conditioner probably doesn't work, so I'll just scrap it. I don't see myself doing any repairs to a $150 air conditioner. We'll keep these. These could be some pretty decent ramps. Folks, this is definitely a full load. Those branches that you saw in the bottom of the trailer at the beginning, I had to cut a lot of branches off those trees just to back up in here through the yard without scratching my truck up or whatever. It's better just to cut them. And when you cut them, it's a nice little service, you know, just a little pruning job. Not charging for it, of course, but it helps. Few more big pieces. I need to buy more masks. I'm wearing a mask. Obviously there's a lot of dust, but there's also a lot of cat feces, and because of toxoplasmosis, you don't want to be breathing that stuff in. Now, I'm not sure if that's how you contract this parasite or whatever it is. You're breathing it in, but I ain't taking no chances. I guess I should say I'm not taking any more chances than I already have. Yeah. Oh man, gotta get that guy. Oh Jesus. All right, he lost his pants. Okay.
All done?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me get my rake and get that red stuff real quick.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, whatever this red bag was, just decided to turn into flakes. So, flakes everywhere.
That's all good. Great job, man.
Thank you.
I thought about doing some business where I was on my own and after I'm retired, and now I'm like, oh, I kind of like this not working.
What do you do now?
I am a retired stay-at-home dad.
Hey, that's it. How old are your kids?
My daughter's 10.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked. I did my 10 years in the Army and retired. And now I'm like, I have no fucking desire to, you know, I don't have the patience to deal with people that are stupid.
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And it's just sad, Doc. I know you probably experienced it, like trying to hire people now.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people who just don't want to work, and it's amazing.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really know too many people anyway, but I know I'll only get a call maybe twice a year. Somebody saying, "Hey man, you hiring?" And honestly, no, not right now. I got to keep building.
Yeah.
But I do have a couple of guys I work with, and they're really good.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is tough. It's tough. Learning every day. So get yourself a good accountant if you ever try it.
Yeah, well that's the big thing.
Yep.
You know, you gotta make sure you have someone that's gonna.
Now I got to get a lawyer. Get a lawyer too.
Yeah.
Getting sued. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really sad.
So, but they told me, you know, you get into business and you start doing halfway decent, you become a target. So,
Yeah, I mean it's kind of crazy, man.
yeah. But at least now at this point, if I decide I want to quit doing this kind of thing, I know exactly what to do to get an entirely different enterprise going. Yeah, one where there's much less work and a lot more money.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
So,
I know where we put this on the outside. I know where we put
The piece that holds the door together.
on the outside of the door. So,
And can you send me a receipt?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I fill out the portion with all the details in it first, and then we can do that. Your card, does it tap enabled?
Yep.
Okay.
What do you want? Visa, MasterCard?
Anyone will do.
Amex?
Yeah, they all work.
Okay, Amex works for me, so I get points.
Okay, we're gonna do today.
Okay.
All right. And once it comes up, you just kind of lay the card right there,
Sure.
the whole thing. There it is.
Okay.
And there you go.
Okay.
And ask if you want to do a tip. If not, I think you already gave a pretty good tip. I appreciate it. There
No
you go.
worries. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And then there we go. All right. Whew. Yeah, it's tough estimating these things sometimes. And
Well, I bet.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're trying to figure out what is
Yeah.
there. Well, like I said, I appreciate you.
Most of the jobs I do are like for commercial property management, that kind of thing. So
Yep.
I just bill after I'm done. I look at what it is and I'm like, okay, that's what it is. But it's kind of hard to estimate beforehand. So I appreciate you. My hand's soaking wet, bro.
No, it's all good, man.
But yep, I guess I can send it to you. Do we have an email for you?
No, I can give you my email.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure. It's G.
Email.